Alright, welcome back, fellow couriers and lone wanderers and stuff. We just got done dealing with the sniper that's been harassing the Bitter Springs camp, been picking off the refugees and soldiers and stuff, and we found a diplomatic solution to send him on his way to go back to the cons and earn fame and rep with basically both camps. We'll get rep from the MCR for that also, and we're getting a little closer to being liked and even idolized by the cons too, which is a good thing to me. I like the cons. Anyway, so we sent him on his way, and we grabbed a supply cache from his cave. There are several other caves, and they're actually back in the Bitter Springs camp, basically. And we'll grab some more supplies out of there, and when we report back to the, what's her name, Captain Gill's, whatever the lady is in charge there at Bitter Springs, when we report back to her, we'll be able to give her supplies and report that the sniper's been taken care of. We can't do much about the medical favor that we're trying to do for them because we need to grab a couple books, and those will be in the Crimson Caravan outpost. And then what else does she want? Oh, she needs more troops, and we're gonna have to solve a problem at Camp Gulf, so they'll have some soldiers to spare. And then I think we need to get Camp McCarran to send some soldiers, and that will require doing some favors there. But seeing as we're already liked by the NCR and we're about to be idolized by them, getting them to do a favor is not a problem. In fact, the major there, or the colonel, or Colonel Sue, I think, is in charge of McCarran. He may be willing to help us out right off the top, considering our rep with the NCR already and the number of favors we've done for them. Don't know, don't really remember, but either way, we can go convince Camp McCarran to send soldiers, come back, and if we have the books in hand, we can solve all of Bitter Springs' problems all at once and get some more XP. That's in the future. Anyway, got rid of those Night Stalkers there. We have Bloodborne Cave here. Now, this isn't part of the Bitter Springs quest, but there is probably the biggest loot stash in the game. Here, it's behind a very hard locked door, which is not a problem because there's a key, and the key is actually right there. If you see that little campsite, right there in my scopes, and we can see a bunch of Night Stalkers around it, and there is a way to go around through a side cave to get down there, but if from right here you use this as somewhat of a sniper perch, you can pick off a few of these Night Stalkers before they get in range. If you get swarmed by 4 or 5 of these guys, it's not good for you or Edie. They only have to, on this difficulty, they have to bite me probably about 3 times, maybe 4, something like that, to kill me. And Edie about the same. They're going to take Edie out really quick. But sometimes when you aggro them from here, they'll run up the tunnel and try to get in behind you and flank you. Sometimes, and if that happens, and of course, and if you die, you know, then you're right here at the entrance, and as long as you've got your save on travel active, then you saved as soon as you entered the cave, you can just reload right there. It's not a big deal. But we're going to try to avoid that. We're going to try to take out as many of these little guys as we can. The legendary one, along with several full-grown Night Stalkers. I think it depends on what level you are when you come in here. If I was like, say, level 20, I'm sure all of these would be adults. But we'll probably have a few young ones mixed in with the regular Night Stalkers. Main thing is the legendary guy. He doesn't have a whole lot more health than an adult Night Stalker, but he bites twice as hard. That's really the only difficulty with him. Kind of like the legendary Deathclaw. Probably has a little more health than your average Deathclaw, but will hit like 5 times harder than a Deathclaw. Where you might be able to take 1 or 2 from Deathclaw. The legendary guy is gonna like one-hit you pretty much every time, type of deal. Well, this guy's no different. All right, I think we have one sneaking up behind us here. Yeah, we do. I'm surprised several of them didn't do this. It's that's cool. We can handle these guys one at a time, I'm sure, right? Or that bastard can push me off the ledge. That's pretty funny. All right, well, Edie took care of him, but now I'm down here, and I'm not going to find a way back up. It looks like I'm going to have to take the long way back around. Okay, well, it's the worst thing that can happen. We have to reload. It's not a big deal. Maybe I can get through this. Anyway, regardless of which direction you're coming from, when you see this campfire, it's the only place like this. There'll always be this scoped revolver sitting there, which is worth quite a bit of money. And the key is right here on that brick. Okay. We have Mr. Legendary. And he's out of the game. Alright, that is one legendary Night Stalker down. Won't have to worry about him anymore. Right, let's make sure Edie keeps his health up. Nice. Alright. So we had one legendary, one young one. Yeah, like I said, there'll be a few young ones mixed in there, but if I was at a much higher level, then I'm sure these would all be normal, or even higher death Night Stalkers. I wonder if there's a rank above adult Night Stalker, like, I don't know. Mature Night Stalker or something, you know, or whatever. Trying to think, I remember in Fallout 3, especially once you downloaded the Broken Steel DLC, then, you know, it went beyond, you know, ghouls. Of course, then you had Reaver ghouls, you know. You had ghouls, then you had ghoul roamers, then you had, you know, things like that. And then you had glowing ones on top of that. And so here you have young Night Stalkers, Night Stalkers. I wonder if there's a rank above that, besides the legendary guy, of course. Maybe so. If you know, if you played a higher level New Vegas character recently, let me know. Let me know if there's a rank above adults. Kind of curious, actually. All right. Well, there's no shortage of Night Stalkers in this cave, is there? Okay, basically we're backtracking. Normally I'd come in from the front. I don't normally fall off that ledge, but either way, that cage, the locked cage that key was for, should be up here, and there'll be a trap in it. Careful, because the trap is nasty. I think it drops grenades on you, if I remember right. So we're fixing to get a whole bunch of money. It seems like it's usually in the I don't know, 8,000, 9,000 cap range in that box. Not to mention some other money like Legion money and NCR money and stuff like that. Alright, are we good on the Night Stalkers? At least for the time being? Apparently this guy tried to make a last stand with a kitchen knife. Well, that didn't end well for him, did it? A kitchen knife and a couple cans of pork and beans. We still got Night Stalkers. Wow, okay, well. Maybe extra ones spawn after you kill the legendary one. Or something. I don't recall there being quite this many, but hey, it's all XP. That's a good thing. Each one of these guys counts. Alright, so here we have it. Now we have the key. If we didn't have the key, this would be a 100 lockpick door. Let's disarm that. Alright, always be careful. If you're having trouble disarming tripwires, look towards the posts that they're attached to. The tripwire itself usually won't register. Alright, there's some ammo, and there it is. 12.7mm submachine gun. That'll be worth some money. Some random bottles of water laying around, but this, look at this box. This box is just sexy. And my lack of lockpicking skill is sexy. Alright, there we go. Hey, look at that. 7,600 caps and other random money. Just a cash stash. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, some free meds. Apparently someone made a last stand in here, but they like pork and beans, don't they? Alright. A couple Nuka-Colas and some pork and beans and a 12.7mm submachine gun and a box full of money. I mean, if you're going to go, I guess that's the way to go, right? It's all good. All right, so let's get out of here. That's it. It's that room that I was worried about. I really couldn't care less about the legendary Night Stalker, like I said. But, all right, we could continue to go off that way and just go straight to Camp McCarran and say, hey, send us some troops. But we'll do all that later. We can always fast travel back to Bitter Springs at any time. All right, and... shows us all our objectives. For right now, let's finish getting some supplies. Now, essentially all we have to do now is just head straight back to the camp itself. And then at the back, on the back wall, of the Bitter Springs camp, you have 2 more caves. And they have some random enemies in them. I don't remember exactly what the enemies are. Well, we'll find out when we get there. But one of the supply caches is going to be radioactive. And you can kind of, I guess you could say, you'll finish it. You'll finish the quest, but you lose, I think, some of the XP and some of the rewards by doing so. But one of the irradiated stash. How do I get out of here? I'm like so lost. Okay, I know I need to follow the wall of the mountain to get back to the camp, and I think I need to go around that long way. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, yeah, down through here and then up to the left. Anyway, if you give the captain the irradiated stash and don't tell her that it's irradiated, where you could, of course, make everyone sick in the camp and stuff, I think you may even lose karma, which doesn't really matter in the game, but you also don't gain NCR fame. I think you lose some of the XP. And if I'm not mistaken, it may even disqualify you from finishing a part of that main quest, too. I don't know if it straight out fails it, but it may make it to where you can't finish it. Doesn't really matter. I mean, unless you're just going to be malicious for no reason, just to hurt yourself, which doesn't make sense. Just go ahead and tell her it's irradiated. I think you need a medicine skill of like 25 or a science skill of 25 or something minimal like that. And you tell her that, and she says, hey, thanks, that's great. And anyway, there'll be another cave with another regular stash, and if you've given her all 3, the one that we got from the sniper's cave, and then these other 2, then you finish that up, that part of the quest, and then essentially all we'll need to do is come back and give the doctor a couple medical books, and I think I'm backtracking again. I don't remember coming this far to get to that cave. But all you'll have to do is grab the books and then get some fresh troops sent to Bitter Springs, and you'll be done with all of the Bitter Springs questing. We're getting the most tedious part of the leg work out of the way right here. Speaking of leg work, I'm going to need to work on my leg. See, I think I got a challenge for using doctor bags that I'm pretty close to. Let's see. Let's check it out. I've got a bunch of doctor bags anyway. I've been kind of buying them whenever I see them and saving them as I go. There we go. Yeah, I kind of thought I was pretty close to that. I don't remember if that's a trophy or an achievement or not, but I know I just leveled up with that. I'll certainly take that. Alright, let's see what perks have unlocked for us. When you start getting around level 14 to 16, the real perks really start popping up. There's some good ones up until then, but this is where the meat of the perks come in. Ones which really can make your build. Alright. I'm going to want to eventually get my lockpick, science up to 75. Anything after that pretty much come with skill books and magazines and stuff of that nature. I mean, they can eventually all get to 100 anyway, but as long as I have them to 75. Ideally, with skill books and with points, if you have them at 90 and you can always use a magazine. Like I said, I don't invest in the perk that doubles up your skill magazines. Okay, I'm going to want silent running at some point. I'm probably going to get Action Girl too. Oh, there we go. All right, that's it. Best perk in the game. Period. Best perk in the game. Every critical hit does extra damage. All right, so if you're using a rapid-fire weapon or a sniper and you're firing from a hidden position, either way, your rapid-fire weapon, your odds of getting a critical hit are a lot higher if you're emptying a clip into somebody's face. Your luck comes into factor there a little bit. That's why some guys just insist on having a 10 luck just to get that extra couple points of critical chance. 2 or 3 points isn't that big of a deal to me, but some guys really like it. Either way, whether your luck's really high or whether your luck's around 6 or 7, whatever, if you're using a rapid fire weapon, your odds of getting a critical hit on somebody, also depending on the clothes you're wearing and your equipment gear and all that kind of good stuff, but you're gonna do some real damage. And anything from sneak, and then there's also the professional. And if you add the professional perk on top of that, and you're using, silenced pistols or SMGs like Sleepy Time, I'm gonna get Sleepy Time, and then it's over. It's just destroy everything time after that. It is. That's it. That's the end of it. And then you got Run and Gun, which allows you to be much more accurate while you're moving. Your your bullet spread pattern doesn't just go all over the place when you take a step. It just stays pretty much rock steady all the time, whether you're moving or not. And that's perfect for my playstyle. And you just kind of factor all that in together, and it's brutal. All right, I can eat those real quick. It all counts towards healing with food, which is another challenge. You know, I was thinking back, those Night Stalkers, I think there's a challenge for killing them with a machete. I think it's a machete or something. I'd have to go look. It shows the challenges, you know, and stuff. But there's an XP bonus for doing that. Killing abominations. And that's Night Stalkers, Centaurs, Deathclaws. Let me think. Alright, so go up here into this last crevice, and this is where the last cave is. Alright. That was the irradiated stash, if you notice from all the irradiated barrels on the ground. That time we fought ants. And what do we have in here? I know we have an enemy in here of some sort. One thing they didn't include, would have been kind of interesting, is if you clear out all the enemies in all the stash caves that are around the camp, which could be a threat to the refugees in the camp, such as those giant ants, you know, and whatever we have here. I see chunks of dead carcass down there. So something's been snacking here. Not sure what we have. Those look like ant piles. Those aren't ants. No. Oh, we have a whole pack of Night Stalkers. Oh, no. I'm probably going to lose Edie right here. He's going to get raped. Let's see if he can keep his distance long enough. And this guy's just not going to die. There we go. That's right, Edie. Handle it like a champ over here, buddy. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll holler at you, annoying little bastard. Alright. But if you clear out all the enemies in all the caves while you're getting the stashes, you'd think you're making the camp safer. It would be neat if they would have given an extra reward for that. They don't. But it would have been nice. Alright. Now in Fallout 3, that would lead to a whole different side area with a whole nother quest and some NPC that nobody knew about and some unique weapon or armor or something guarded by something, and yeah, not the case here. Alright. Well, this is definitely worth coming to just for all this ammo and explosives and Hydra, which I'll always take. Nice. Lots of food. Sweet. Alright, frag grenades are worth money. Good stuff. Alright, so we should have enough supplies to give the lady and finish off that quest. Get all our rewards and stuff. See the great cons were here. That's them chopping off the head of an NCR soldier, and I'm not sure what that is to the left. Is that them chopping off the head of a Caesar guy also? So they're kind of in the middle? I think that's what that means. I'm not sure. Just guessing. Just guessing. For all you lore aficionados who say, no, this means such and such. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just guessing. Just pondering. Looking at it. Alright, and so we are right here, conveniently, just above the command center, using the recreation tents as their post, I guess.
You're back.
Alright, Captain
Any
Gills.
progress on saving our skins?
First, we'll deal with the irradiated one.
We do have
Science
some
at 25.
spare Rad-X in the supply tent. That might work. Thank you.
Alright, right on. That's a little extra XP just for that.
You did? Who was it? Any information you could give me would be a big help for my reports.
NCR fame gained.
Really? Well, this canyon used to be a great Khan stronghold. I suppose that explains why he was able to evade us so easily. I don't know how you did it, but thank you. Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Thank you. This will be a tremendous help.
All right. Okay, now I can't
At this point,
complete
I'll
that
take
quest
anything you can
yet.
give me. We need more troops, fresh supplies, and medical relief.
All right, got the supplies,
Okay,
but
but
still
make
need
it
to do
quick.
the
I'm very
troops
busy
and
here.
finish up with the medicine. All right, so I'm done with
Good
her.
luck.
There's no other dialogue. All right, I can't do anything else for the doctor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick Boone up. And as far as the troops for Bitter Springs goes, there's something I need to do in Camp Golf anyway. And it'll kill two birds with one stone. It'll finish that quest for Camp Golf and also set up Camp Golf to send Bitter Springs some troops. All right, so let's just fast travel there because we already discovered it. It's the reason why I stopped through there earlier. Jumped up and down on the front porch until it says Camp Golf discovered. All right, and there's the command tent, and we'll start the next one there, and we will do the Camp Golf quests to get some troops for Bitter Springs. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you're enjoying this Let's Play. If you are, leave a comment below, and like, and if you want to subscribe, hit that button there over my head. For the rest of the Let's Play, click the top box, and if you want a complete list of all my playlists, click the bottom box. All right, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.